Relationship advice. Update. My sister's behavior towards my boyfriend is horrendous. Original story. This is going to be long. I'm warning you. I'm angry. I'm frustrated and I'm shaking. I need to write it down and hear some advice. My sis is just so creepy towards my boyfriend. I can't take it anymore. She was really spoiled by my parents when she was young because she was their first child. She always wants everything, and when we were little, she always used to steal my toys/books/clothes etc. I was never allowed to touch any of her things, but she constantly stole my stuff and was always rude to me. My mom, for some reason, has always preferred her over me, and thus, most of the time, I was told to let it go. Due to this, I have lots of resentment towards her, and I don't really like her. I'm honestly sick of her behavior, and I just want some peace and quiet in my house. My mom called me 2 weeks ago, pleading to let my sis stay with me, because she doesn't have a job right now and she can't stay alone during quarantine. Both my parents are high risk. My mom has heart problems, and my dad is asthmatic. So, I thought I should let her stay with me and my boyfriend instead of letting her go to my parents, in case she infects them. There's been a few cases where she is, so I didn't want to risk it. Now I'm honestly starting to regret it. Her behavior is creepy and strange and downright disgusting. First of all, she doesn't respect me at all. She's constantly ignoring me, while having long talks with my boyfriend. She doesn't leave my boyfriend alone. She flirts with him, and constantly tries to touch him by using cheap tricks. When we watch movies, she pushes me away and tries to snuggle with my boyfriend. She slaps his butt when he walks by, and loudly tells him how he has a perky little butt. She also runs her fingers through his hair every day saying, "Whoa, your hair is so soft," or some crap like that. What the hell? These are all just excuses to touch him. She just needs a chance. Another thing she does, is ask him if he has abs so she can touch his torso. Or say, "Did you see this thing I lost? Maybe it's in your pocket, let me see," and proceed to pat his thighs. One time she wanted help with hooking her bra, and she just freaking walks out in her underwear. She came to her room, and my boyfriend was in the bathroom. The logical thing to do, is just freaking ask me, I'm her sister. But what does she do? She just waits for my boyfriend and asks him instead, even though I'm sitting right there. I think I looked very upset, because my boyfriend just told her no and she went back to her room. She didn't try that again. This is not even all. My boyfriend and I can't even talk to each other, without her interrupting us. She barges into our room with no warning. A few days ago, we were trying to be intimate, and I don't know how the hell she realized it, and starting banging on the door claiming to have a headache. I opened the door and asked her what was wrong. I told her I had pills for it, but she just said she doesn't trust me, and she wanted to talk to my boyfriend instead. After disturbing us, she was suddenly completely fine and her headache disappeared miraculously. She just came into our bedroom and started talking to my boyfriend. We were literally half undressed and there was no way she didn't know. This is driving me crazy. What does she want? Why is she like this? It's not like I didn't talk to her. I was so angry she interrupted us, because she has been doing this since she came here. I was feeling horny and angry. I just told her to get out, and that we needed some alone time. I don't want to go into details, but we had a small argument and she started crying. The thing is, she never accepts it. She's completely blind to what she's doing. She denies doing it and sheds tears, which ends up making me feel bad instead. My boyfriend is so uncomfortable by all of this. He just looks exhausted all the time. He's trying his best to be nice, but she's all over him all the time. He's usually very introverted / shy / quiet. He's not very confrontational, and I know this is bothering him. When I talked to him about it, he just commented that it was a bad idea to invite her to stay here. He also said not to invite her ever again. I want to know why she is like this. How can I make her see what she's doing? I'm done dealing with her. I don't want to see her ever again. But she's my parents' favorite child, and no matter how hard I try, I can never escape her. Whenever I try to cut contacts with her, my mom calls me and begs me to forgive her. My mom doesn't want to see her daughters fighting with each other, and she always says how she wants us to be together forever. But I can't do this. How am I supposed to deal with this? Can someone please tell me? My mom is always taking my sister's side and everything, and it's always me who has to be understanding and smart and older, when I'm the younger one here. Please tell me I'm not overreacting. How do I make my mom and sister realize that I'm sick of dealing with this? Now for the top advice before we read the update. She is 28 and has no place to go, and is acting this bad with you? Absolutely kick her out. I wouldn't give her any more chances. Take care of yourself and your boyfriend. Good on you for being independent of your unsupportive parents. This, tell her to pack her stuff, and if she throws a tantrum call the freaking police. Then lock the door. You should have a good conversation with your parents about the way they raised her to be a selfish wreck. You should go no contact with her, and not listen to your mom begging you to take her back. It's your place, your boyfriend, and you deserve to be happy. Exactly. And she's being criminally inappropriate with the boyfriend by unwanted touches and more. I'm pissed for OP, big sis sounds like the snide little twit all good women hate. She needs to be put in her place by OP and the boyfriend, especially the boyfriend. If he put her in her place, she'd stop. Probably cry like a lil witch and go running to mommy. Then OP really needs to stand her ground, and tell both of them how it's going to be. Kick that overgrown brat out, stat. Kick her out. She is harassing your boyfriend. You can't control what your parents do. They will probably take her in from what you've said here. That's on them. If you push your relationship, by keeping her in your house despite her making your boyfriend rightfully uncomfortable with behavior you clearly recognize as wrong, that's on you. If you are feeling super generous, I guess you could have a very frank conversation with her, preferably with your boyfriend in the room, that what she is doing is not only disrespectful of your relationship with your boyfriend, harassment. Point out she is dumb enough that she is doing it in your house, and you will be forced to kick her out if she continues. That who has got to go. It's really, really terrible of you to force your man to endure inappropriate behaviors because you don't want to deal with your mom sniveling over the phone. She raised this monster, she can pay for its hotel room. You're right. I won't deny this. I've dealt with her for 20 years, and I still don't know why I can't stand up to her. Maybe I have gotten used to being treated like crap, but my boyfriend doesn't deserve this. Thank you for this comment. I read it like 10 times, just so I can find the courage to confront her. And now for the update. Hi. First of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for your help. I'm really grateful for the support I've received here, and all those little messages some of you sent me really made me understand the situation I was in. The many comments I read here gave me the strength I needed to talk to my sister. Thank you guys. I should probably tell you that this might not be the perfect badish ending you all were expecting, and I apologize for that. I've always had a hard time standing up against my sister. Like I said in my original post, my boyfriend doesn't like confrontations either, and he's also a huge people pleaser, which makes this situation harder for both of us. Nevertheless, I finally decided to talk to my sister yesterday. She was actually sitting in my living room in her underwear and bra, and I completely lost my crap. I told her multiple times to wear some clothes, but she said it was too hot, which it was not. She then made a small comment about me being insecure about my boyfriend liking her or something like that, and that made me angry. I sat her down and we talked. I told her she was making me uncomfortable. She was making my boyfriend uncomfortable, and we wanted her to leave. She looked very shocked by it, because I don't think I have ever talked to her like that. She immediately apologized though. She said she didn't know or some BS, which I wasn't going to fall for this time. I gave her an ultimatum. She needed to pack her stuff and get out in 3 hours. She looked very emotional and she apologized a lot, said sorry a lot, and told me she loved me. She said she would never intentionally try to hurt me. If I misunderstood her actions, it wasn't her fault. She kept saying she didn't know. She said she was just trying to be friendly to my boyfriend, which is not true at all. I asked her if being inappropriate to someone was friendly to her, and she started crying. By this time, my boyfriend, who was in our bedroom, avoiding my sister in her skimpy clothing, came to support me. She kind of directed her questions towards him. She asked him if she was making him uncomfortable. He said yes, and she cried and apologized. She then tried to gain his sympathy by saying that I was kicking her out when she had no place to go. She also lied that I was always mean to her. She completely ignored me and asked him if she could stay. She had nowhere else to go. Of course he said no. What the hell did she think? I will forever remember the look on her face. So yeah, she actually refused to leave, cried a lot and said she was jobless and she didn't have money, no place to stay, no friends, etc. I told her she had no friends because she was a witch, the first time I said something like this to my sister. She then tried to guilt trip me to let her stay, by repeating the words, "I'm your sister, family, I love you," etc. Me and my boyfriend helped her pack all her stuff and put it next to her car. I told her that she can stay in her car. I didn't care. I wanted her to go. It wasn't really epic like some of you wanted. I was actually crying a little while I was shouting at her, because I was shaking so much. At one point my boyfriend had to tell me to calm down. It was just so overwhelming. I'm just glad she's gone. She did leave eventually. She was calling someone, and I'm pretty sure she went back to her own flat. Thank God she's not going to my parents, because I don't think she knows how to quarantine. I know she won't quarantine, and this was the main reason I was hesitant to kick her out. 2 to 3 hours after she left, my mom called me and yelled at me for kicking her out. I shouldn't have been shocked when she accused my boyfriend of bothering my sister. My mom also asked me what kind of man I was dating, I should leave him, etc. I should have expected that, really. I tried to reason with her, but my mom was just angry at me. She asked me things like, "How can you do this to your own sister?" and similar BS she should be asking my sister. At that point I was so freaking angry. I was in tears and shaking. I just told her to F off in anger and hung up. It was just a weird day. I'm proud of myself for finally standing up to my sister, but I also don't really feel like getting up from my bed. My boyfriend is back to his cheerful self and I'm happy about that, but I just feel like such an idiot. I should have realized my mom would never take my side a long time ago. I just don't understand what I did to make my mom so angry at me. Why doesn't she love me? I have done everything she asked me to do, but she never takes my side in things. I just want her to freaking love me and support me for once. It just never happens, and I feel like I'm a freaking idiot for even trying. I think she regrets I was even born. Anyway, screw that. I'm done trying to reason with them. My mom will never believe me. Pretty sure my sister lied to her, so mom keeps calling and trying to speak to my boyfriend. I'm currently thinking of cutting off all of my family. All they do is make me feel like crap. I deserve better than that. My boyfriend deserves better than that. I apologize for venting. What's done is done. I don't regret it. I'm glad I have my boyfriend, and he loves me unlike my family, and we finally have some alone time. He's been so moody, but right now he's actually cooking and stuff, and he hasn't done that ever since sister came here, so yeah. I'm glad she's gone. My boyfriend is glad she's gone. I finally have some peace and quiet in my home. Thank you so much to everyone. I don't think I can thank you all enough. Some of you talked to me, sent me messages, and it really opened my eyes. I'll take care of myself and my boyfriend now. Thank you. Edit. Thank you everyone. I've been reading your comments. I'm still shocked by the support I've received here. Please know that I appreciate it so much, even though I may not be able to reply. Thank you. You said not to expect a badish ending, but you were a stone cold awesome. I'm so proud of you for self-advocating, and for protecting the man you love from a predator. I know that must have been incredibly painful, but the worst part is over. The infection's gone. It'll still hurt, but keep yourself clean and away from her, and you'll make it. Well done. I agree, very awesome. Things will get better with time. I'm sorry OP's family is so toxic. Thank you for saying that. I'll remember this whenever I need some extra courage in the future. What I really suggest is that you keep these 2 posts somewhere safe, so that you never forget what your sister did to you, and how she tried to manipulate you when you confronted her, and how she immediately went to your parents, and tried to turn what she did around on your boyfriend. I had to cut off my sister about 2 years ago, and sometimes I think that if she tried to reconnect, I would want to do that. I miss her terribly. We had some really great times and were close for most of our adult lives, but she really hurt and betrayed me. Luckily, I have all the texts she sent me and even a letter she sent me while she was being awful, so anytime I think I miss her, I remember who she really is and why I could never have a relationship with her again. Also, remember that your mother immediately took her side, didn't even ask for your version of the events, and immediately attacked your boyfriend. These people don't actually care about you, they simply want to use you. It's extremely sad and hard to come to terms with, but it's the truth. Please don't allow them to worm their way back into your life. Don't even consider apologizing to any of them, an extremely hard thing to stop yourself from doing, when you've been trained to your whole life. None of this was your fault, or your doing. Your sister thought she could walk all over you, and you would never do a thing about it because that's what she's been doing your whole life. You've stood up for yourself now, so please don't let them manipulate you into thinking it was your fault, or that you should apologize. One last thing, also do not let them rug sweep this. Don't let them pretend this didn't happen. They should both be apologizing to you, so if they contact you again, that should be the first thing out of their mouths, or you hang up/shut the door/walk away. What? This was absolutely awesome. Yeah, maybe you didn't wear a cape, but not all heroes. Something. Here's what you did do. Put the person you loved most, first. And stood up for him. He will be eternally and rightfully grateful. Learned where you stood with your family, which sounds like it was under the sole of their shoe. Set boundaries. Set yourself up for long-term happiness. Not all families love equally OP. I had to cut my parents off. For me, it wasn't super difficult, so in that sense I can't sympathize. I don't have any happy memories of them, ha. However, what I can say is that while blood ties may be stronger than traditional relationships, they are not immune to constant neglect or abuse. I'm proud of you. I remember your last post. I was worried and upset for you, and I'm happy you were able to handle it. When the shaking and anger and rawness pass, you will feel better about everything, I promise. Exactly. OP freaking killed it. Shame that the mom doesn't know how morals work though. And that's it for this video guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day everyone.